Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wonder Woman. Today, I have the great pleasure to introduce you to the founder of Many Happy Hearts. Her name is Janet Lorenzo-Garcia. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. Janet, actually.
Janet.
It's okay, though. Janet. It's
Janet.
okay.
And
okay.
We met at a great event, Emily's event, and we were sitting in a table, and we got along great. It was a small group, but we all hit it off.
That's right.
And I learned so much about you and what you're doing. I know your foundation has been going on for a long time. And tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you native from Miami?
I am. Well, actually, I was born in Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we came to the United States in 1961.
Oh, wow.
With a few of the first freedom flights.
Okay.
Me, my two brothers, my mom by herself. So she had it rough.
I can imagine.
She had it rough. But yes, we've lived in Miami. When my father came from Cuba, finally, he was jailed and imprisoned because of his beliefs.
Of course.
Right?
Right.
We know our story.
Yeah, we do.
And
what part of Cuba, if I may ask?
I'm sorry?
What part of Cuba?
I am from Oriente.
Oh, tú eres parte de Oriente. Okay.
Santiago de Cuba.
Oh, wow, Santiago.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. Actually, a little town outside of Santiago called Alto Songo.
Oh, okay.
I joke around and I call it Songo Heights. Just to make it a little bit more interesting, Songo Heights. It's Alto Songo.
Okay.
It's outside of Santiago de Cuba.
Okay, qué lindo.
Yeah, so finally my father came and he took us to Chicago because he said, well, we found better work there and better enhancements and
yes,
for
a lot
the
of
family.
people went to Chicago, to New York. Yes.
Yeah, better
Some
for
stayed
the
here
family.
in Miami. Yes,
Correct,
right.
correct. So yes, I
Much
lived
more
in
work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. And so we were there in Chicago for many years, and then we came back to Miami.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I graduated from South Miami High.
Oh, really?
Yes, went to Miami-Dade College.
I'm a Dade girl
College.
too, Miami-Dade.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Love it. Love it.
And I know you're in insurance, right?
I am that's my bag.
Special, right.
So you remember that? What's your bag? Well, my bag is insurance. I've been doing insurance since right out of high school.
Wow.
I started college, finished my 2-year degree, but had to work because I got married young, had a child young.
You have a big family.
Mm-hmm, I do. I have 4 children.
Wow.
And 4 grandchildren,
wow.
including a 4-legged grandchild.
There's a lot of those nowadays.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So yes, insurance is what we do. My husband and I own an insurance agency since 1992. And
what's the company called?
It's called Garcia, Lorenzo and Associates.
Oh, nice.
And we are independent insurance agents. So we represent companies.
Okay.
We represent companies like Progressive, Travelers, a lot of different companies. Depending on the need of the client, we place the insurance. Depending on their need, we place it in markets. We look for the best price, the best coverage.
Right.
And that's challenging here in South Florida.
Especially car insurance. Mm-hmm. It has changed a lot.
Car insurance.
It's gotten very expensive.
Hurricane insurance, windstorm insurance.
De madre.
Homeowners insurance, business insurance, everything.
Todo.
So we do specialize right now in business insurance. That's mainly what I do. And my husband does employee benefits. Okay. He represents Aflac and the duck. Aflac. Yeah. And so he does that with all those type of coverages, and then I do the business insurance.
Right. Oh, I know a lot about Aflac because my physical therapy office, some people, once their medical insurance finishes, Aflac sometimes comes in and helps them out.
It's
It's a good plan,
supplement.
Yep. Yes,
to what they have. Not only supplement, but wellness. They get back money because they're well. They go to the doctor or anything. So it enhances. And it's very economical, but it does enhance what they get back.
Yeah.
So, we don't definitely, when we're sick, we're away from work, and there's a lot of things. There's a lot of incidentals like deductibles and things like that. So it does enhance the actual medical coverage.
Where's your offices at?
Our offices are in Coral Gables, 2332 Galliano Street.
Okay. I hope you guys heard that.
Right in front of Hillstone, inside the Colonnade Hotel.
Okay. I love the
we're in
Colonnade.
the office suites upstairs.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, we've been there for a long time. Well, not in that particular location, all
But in
this
Coral
time,
Gables.
but in the area. Yeah,
Wow.
in the area.
So when we spoke, you told me that you've been giving back to your community for many years.
Yes.
It was not only Many Happy Hearts. You had one right before this one, correct?
No, we've always had Many Happy Hearts for the past 18 years.
Oh, okay.
Almost 20 years we've been serving, always at Chapman Partnership.
Oh, okay.
That is we have a weakness for that organization because of the wonderful things
So
they
it's been
do.
how many years again?
Well, 18 years.
Wow.
Almost 20. I want to say almost 20 because we started really more as a family.
Oh.
Let's say 18 years since 2005 as
But
a
I think
family.
is it also your business? Everybody helps you with the foundation.
The way it started was as a family. We wanted to give back to the community. Fortunately, we've been very blessed. Through our insurance agency, we have been very, very blessed. And our children grew up with blessings.
Yeah.
And privileges, right?
Mm-hmm, right?
So, and private schooling, all these things that sometimes they might take for granted.
Right.
A very close friend of ours introduced us to Chapman.
Wow.
And we kind of fell in love with what they do there. So we said, okay, so let's bring the children and let's continue something beautiful and giving back to this organization. And it wasn't called Chapman Partnership. It was more like a shelter, right? But we would do monthly feedings there. They have a program where you can, pay for a lunch or pay for a dinner. And the way it just started to grow was with friends and coworkers.
Wow.
Our children then brought their friends to serve. We brought our whole family. I mean, I have pictures of all of the kids as teenagers, and I see them and I show them their friends that they're still friends. And they go, "Oh my gosh, I remember when we went to Chapman and we were like 15 or 14," and it stuck in their mind. And I hope that planted a seed
For sure it did.
for humility, humanity, to always give back in some way. So that's how it started. Then we would do toy drives. Again, it was just simply friends, acquaintances, business associates. A lot of the insurance companies would pitch in.
That's so nice.
Oh my gosh, it was just absolutely amazing the way people just, if you give them a path, there's so many people out there that just need that. They just need
about that.
Right. They just need a path because they do want to give back, and they do. We all have that gene in us.
Right. We talked about that. I think
God gave us that gene.
that seed.
That's right.
It's up to us if we want it for it to flourish or not.
That is correct. We all have it, but there's a catalyst. It can be a family situation that touches us. It could be mental illness. It could be addiction. It could be a health issue. And then you say, well, this is my catalyst. This is my calling. This is God telling me and working through these organizations, God working through someone that introduces you
Amen.
to giving back.
Qué rico.
And I think that happened with us. And so it just started that way, very organic, very friends, acquaintances, business partners, business associates, and things like clients. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Oh, so many clients that we would just tell them, hey, we're having a toy drive. Do you mind? And then all of a sudden, they're doing a Christmas toy drive in their office. We have many. Sunny Tidal is one of them. Oh, my goodness. Sunny Tidal and Jenny and Douglas Giudice, they have been with us for, I want to say, 10 to 12 years, consistently every year for the toy drive.
That's beautiful.
Right? So that's how it starts, and that's how we get our funding. Many organizations and many individuals will give us, it doesn't matter what it is. And we use those funds to give back to the children at Chapman. How do we give back to the children at Chapman? We do monthly birthday celebrations.
I think it's amazing. We talked about how important it is to celebrate someone's birthday. Being Cuban, our parents celebrate our birthdays like if it was no tomorrow. That was our day, And I feel like sometimes we don't even realize how lucky we are that we have someone celebrating our birthdays for us, and they're dedicating time to us on our day, right?
That is correct.
And that's what you're giving back to these kids. And I remember speaking to you and how parents are grateful that you're doing that. And it's an important day for someone to celebrate because it's the day you were born.
That is correct. If you don't know about Chapman, the beauty of that organization is that they strive for families to stay together.
Amen.
That is so important. And in those families, there could be a single mom or a single dad. It doesn't matter. But they strive to keep the family together. And yes, those families are very, very grateful. And when a child comes up to you and tugs on your shirt or tugs on and says, "It's my birthday today." That comes full circle because every child deserves their birthday celebrated.
100%.
It's a special day. So what we do is we take, let's say, for example, the month of June. We'll get a list from the staff at the Family Resource Center at Chapman, and that list will give us all the names of the children that have their birthdays that month. They get a special gift. But not only that, they get to celebrate with the children that are there. And that brings them normalcy. It brings them a sense of belonging. Because remember, they're there maybe for a short period of time. They've been displaced through no fault of their own.
Right.
New environment, new friends, new schooling perhaps.
Right.
And, they have to wait till their moms and dads have placements and new jobs, new housing. So these children really look forward to that day. Then we're there. It's we create sort of like a carnival experience for them. Also having birthday cake and a lot of other little goodies, bounce houses and ice cream and things like that.
Wow.
I know Petal Cartel, and she has Milky Way ice creams.
Wow.
And she's been one of our collaborators as well.
That's amazing.
So we also 2 years ago started a soccer program for the children, where we have soccer classes. Again, connections that you make, like we made that connection that day, right?
Yeah, right.
And people don't believe in love at first sight. I do.
I do. My husband and I were love at first sight. So.
I think my husband and I were too. We met in a car. We're passing each other.
We met in Miami-Dade.
There you go.
That's school.
Talk about love at first sight.
And we were crossing each other, and that was it.
There you go. So and I think we had that connection, right?
Right.
And so in Instagram, we didn't used to have social media a long time ago, so that's why a lot of people didn't know about us. But now they're beginning to know about us. And through social media, I connected with Coach Luis Gomez, and he's with Sportunity.
Okay.
Soccer programs. He has a soccer, a soccer school, let's say, a soccer academy. And so I saw him through Instagram where he was giving soccer classes and went to Nicholas Children's Hospital.
Oh, that's so nice.
And it touched my heart. It really did. And I said, wow, I'm going to send him a DM. He contacted me back immediately. He says, well, I actually wanted to do that. I wanted to give the children that can't afford these classes because sometimes they can be very costly.
Very.
Right? And
Sports
he said,
is very costly.
I am so happy, Janet, that you contacted me just by Instagram DM. I said, would you be interested in collaborating with us? And he said, yes, I would. So 2 years ago, that also was a wonderful connection that was made, and I think it was God sent.
Wow.
And we started the soccer program, and the kids do soccer now at
And that's
Chapman.
great because, exercise and sports helps you, release stress, anxiety, and you forget about what's really going on, and you're just concentrating on one thing.
That's right.
So it's very important for children to be in sports or art or any of of those
absolutely.
activities.
In soccer, we're becoming a big, huge, I would say, soccer community.
Wow.
And soccer is very important right now. There's so many things going on. The new stadium.
Yes, the new stadium.
Oh, yeah.
We're so lucky that we have soccer now. We have Inter Miami.
That's right. And these huge soccer stars that are moving to our community.
Yeah.
And the South American and Latin American influence as well, all these children coming in. And so we felt that, hey, 2 years ago, we felt like, oh, this is the right timing to bring soccer to the kids. We are a soccer family.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah. We've been all over the world to see soccer.
Really?
FIFA, Olympics. We were just in France. We were in Brazil. And we always choose the soccer games. So, and sometimes we've seen amazing games. So we're a soccer family. My youngest daughter played soccer since she was 7, and we just love it. So bringing soccer to the kids was huge for us.
My son loves soccer. He played soccer when he was young, and then he went to baseball. But there's something about soccer when they start, it's such a great sport.
That's right.
It brings so much agility to them, and it's an amazing sport. And it's growing here. So, which it was much needed. I think it was the only sport we were missing.
I know.
So we're very fortunate that they brought it, and then we got it. And we're dressed in pink too. So go into Miami.
That's right.
So tell me your experiences. I know that you mentioned one experience of a mom that thanked you regarding her celebrating her son's birthday or daughter's birthday. I don't know, but
absolutely.
Tell me one of those beautiful experiences that you have had.
I'm going to tell you one experience that I really didn't want to have. Okay? But it's important to talk about it because homelessness can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone. And in one of our monthly celebrations at Chapman, I wasn't there that day, but my husband came back in tears because he hasn't missed one. Jose has not missed a monthly celebration at Chapman Partnership. So I do have to give kudos to him because he's a trooper.
What's his name again?
Jose.
Thank you, Jose. Yay, Jose.
And
we have to celebrate our good husbands. Absolutely, right?
We are Wonder Women, but we are married to Supermen.
That's right. My husband's Gabriel, and he's a Superman. That's for sure.
And he came home and he told me this. He said, something that I dreaded that would not happen, that I wished that would never happen, just happened today. And I said, tell me about it. And he said, I served someone that we know. And he had tears in his eyes.
Oh, my God.
And I said, really?
Wow.
It's someone that we knew. Not in our age bracket, but more in our oldest daughter's age bracket, that they had been friends in their 15s and 16s. And we knew her for a few years, right, until she became a young lady, an adult. And then we kind of lost track of her. So let's just say it's a distant family member, okay? One of those, you know how in Cubans and Latin communities, everybody's our primo. Everybody's
I was going to say cousin.
Tía, primo, prima. So, one of those, mi sobrina, mi sobrino. Right. So, and we loved her very much, and we love her very much. And so he said, well, and she was there with her kids by herself, and she told me her story. And I said, wow, that's incredible. I immediately, started to contact and see if maybe we try not to.
Right.
We have to respect their program. We have to respect what's going on in their rehabilitation and so forth. And I try not to. But this was sort of like a special moment for me to reach out on a more personal level. And we did. We helped her a little bit more, and we said, anything you need. And she finally did find a job.
Amen.
And she found housing through Chapman, and her children are doing well now. We've stayed in touch through Facebook and things like that. We write to each other every now and then. And so, those are the kind of stories that touch us.
I think one of the things I've learned by meeting all these ladies is that we have to do something a little bit better. And I think we are trying to get there. We are trying to listen more, right? I think what you did for her, just to listen to what she is going through. I think we give our opinions very quick sometimes and stuff, but sometimes it was my mother's best quality was that she listened to hear what that person's going through and not judging them.
That's it.
And to listen, because it could happen to any of us.
Anyone.
And I don't think we realize that it could happen to anyone.
That's right.
Anybody can have a bad day, a bad month, a bad year. Mm-hmm. And they're
that doesn't identify their wholeness.
No, it doesn't.
That identifies only of a small portion.
Right.
Of what they're going through, that we all could go through.
Right.
Another instance was when we were actually doing one of the meal services in the cafeteria, and I'm doing the meal service, and we heard this beautiful. They had a piano in the cafeteria many years ago. I don't know if they still have it now, and they had a piano there, and I heard beautiful music. Just classical music. And Jose says, "Did you hear that?" I go, "Yeah." And we're like busy,
right?
Because it goes
really fast.
It goes really fast.
Yeah.
The kids and the adults, and then the adult men come in and blah blah blah. And so once it's kind of the meal service settled down, we're still hearing that beautiful music. And there was this gentleman, well dressed, suit, little bow tie. Elderly gentleman, and his wife, very well dressed, gray hair and a little bun, like a granny, and grandpa. And they were there, and we applauded. Right. We immediately, every time he finished one of his pieces, classical pieces, we just applauded. And that's another example.
The elderly.
An elderly couple, very well dressed, highly educated, and they fell into a situation. And thank God that Chapman was there to pick them up and give them that support for however long it took for them to get back on their feet. So those kinds of different scenarios, children, elderly, people we know.
And how lucky we are to have Chapman, right, as a community.
Absolutely.
So it's important that we give them all the support that they need, like you're doing.
That's right. And I encourage people to go and take a tour. I really, really do. Go and take a tour at Chapman Partnership. Wow. And you'll see just the wonderful way they give back, and the wonderful way and the love and the integrity and the hope that is there. Amen. And the chapel and it's just wonderful. I don't even. Thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Chapman 30 years ago. By the way, they are celebrating their 30-year anniversary this year, and they're going to have an amazing gala, the Illuminations Gala, and I encourage you to.
I will
get on board. And I don't even think there's anywhere like Chapman. It's so unique in the United States. I really don't. Miami-Dade County really does not have those encampments that we see in the news or that we see on
Yes, it's
media.
More important that's why I started this, to bring more awareness of all we do in our community. And there's so many beautiful women and families that are supporting so many beautiful causes like you are. And you created your foundation, and by a simple birthday party and giving toys, and these things are important because it makes everybody feel needed, wanted, seen. And
normalcy, bringing normalcy.
And not being judged. And
that's right.
And that's what you're doing, and it's an amazing.
Children can be cruel, as we all know. Children can be, the stigma, perhaps. Or
so if someone
like
wants to volunteer or support you, how can they reach out to you? By Instagram? Do you have a website? How does that work?
We do. I'm glad you asked. Well, they can contact me directly, 305-321-5080, through Facebook, through Instagram, through my email, janet@manyhappyhearts.com. And yes, please, we welcome volunteers, we welcome sponsors, we welcome collaborators, just everybody.
Donations. As simple as, someone that has a party company maybe donates the bounce house.
Absolutely.
Or maybe someone that does cake could donate a cake.
Absolutely. Cakes. We had Sweet Licks. Recently, I don't know if you're familiar with them.
No, I'm not.
Sweet Licks gave us those cookie cakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you see
I love those cookie cakes.
I love it. Oh, yummy.
Chocolate chip.
And if you see our Instagram for the month of June, that's what we had. We had cookie cakes. Oh my gosh, the kids just loved it. Cookie cakes, donuts, anything really. If you own a supermarket and you want to donate and give us some coupons, if you want to come out and if you want to pay for pizza a particular month or pay for the ice cream a particular month, or maybe we're also soon we're going to be having our new sneaker toy drive.
Nice.
Yes. Everybody, we used to do backpacks for school, right? And so we said...
Shoes are important.
That's right. I think my insurance background has taught me to always ask and find out what the need is. In insurance, we have to find the need first, and then we fill that need with a product, be it a homeowner's or business insurance or life insurance. What's the need? And I always look at Chapman, and I ask my familia at Chapman and the staff, I said, well, what do you think
is needed right now?
Is needed. Correct. What do you think is needed? And that's how the creation of the new sneaker drive came up, because hand-me-downs are great. Okay, hand-me-downs are great. But think of when you were a child starting school. Did you not have new clothes?
Yes.
Did you not have new shoes?
Yes.
Right? How special is that they can actually go to school with new sneakers, just like everybody else, despite the circumstance that they're in, or in spite of it, right? And so we do that. If you want to donate for the new sneaker drive coming up now for school, starting of school, we are starting in July. And we need to have the funds ready so we can purchase the shoes by August, which is when school starts. So that's another way. Yeah.
So you're doing a lot.
Oh, my goodness. The Friendsgiving, the Thanksgiving Friendsgiving. By the way, another plug. The Friendsgiving Thanksgiving, which is the luncheon that we do for the children at Chapman. And it's the day before Thanksgiving. It's a luncheon from 12 to 2. And oh my gosh, it's just amazing what happens there. It's done at the chapel, and we have the pastor come in, and the children do crafts, and they dance and sing, and they eat turkey and all the good stuff.
It's my favorite holiday.
That's right. The day before, we were eating turkey. So yeah, things like that. Yes, absolutely. Please contact me, and thank you so much, Yoli, for the opportunity.
No, thank you for being here. It was great meeting you at the event, and we had such a great time.
We did.
And we connected, and you're such an elegant lady.
Oh, thank you.
And you're doing so many wonderful things, and I really am. Thank you for being here. Bless your success. I hope it keeps growing and growing and growing.
Likewise.
And
likewise. I love what you're doing.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Please keep on doing it, because you are a Wonder Woman.
We're Wonder Women, right?
Oh, absolutely. We all are.
So thank you so much for being here. Congratulations.
My pleasure.
And I know that you have planted the seed, and your children see it. I know it. I could feel it. Sometimes we don't even have to say things, and they just are just watching. Kids observe everything.
I agree.
And so they're observing all the good things you're doing, you and your husband. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Yoli. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure.
So I would like to thank the Miller family for letting me have this podcast. And thank you, Janet, for being here for me again. We've been talking, and we were coordinating, and we finally got it done. And thank you for joining me. Like I always end my show, I say, never give up on hope. This is a pride example of families that do not give up on hope, and they keep their family together. Just have to work a little harder. But, at the end, it all turns out to be okay. And always believe. Never let your faith go. Always be positive and believe.
Amen.
Have a blessed day. Have a great summer, guys. And I'll see you soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.